Good morning, almost afternoon, Lady Wild fans. You're looking in live at the Ice Arena in Cedar Rapids, where the Lady Wild 10U team is going to take on the Kansas City Storm for the championship game in the MGHL season. I think the girls look really excited. They're ready to play. A couple more on bench today. Collins is playing with us this morning. We got Stella Van Meer in net. So Lady Wild are ready to come out and play, and we'll see if we can get her done this morning. Lady Wild tied with Kansas City yesterday, 2-2. Late comeback, they were down 2-0, came back and tied the game up. Had some opportunities to win, but got the tie, which earned them a spot here in the championship game. We'll see how things unfold this morning. Starting out, we've got Caroline, Bree, and Finley, your forward line with Ruby and Beckett back on defense. Storm push it into Lady Wild zone to begin the game. Caroline behind the net, bringing up the far boards now. She's slowed down, and Ruby comes to push up at the blue line. Kansas City stops it there and sends it in deep. Beckett now sends it up the near boards to Bree. Bree not able to get around that Kansas City player. Kansas City tries to center, and they don't connect. Now Finley over there chips it up out of the zone. Here comes Bree into the Kansas City zone. Caroline hanging out in front of the net. Does good to come up and hit that puck off the Kansas City player as they try to come out. Now Caroline's going to come up and take a shot. She gets tripped up a little bit. No call. Kansas City able to clear the zone. Beckett coming over. Uses her stick to slow that down. Ruby backhands it back out of the zone. Kansas City resets. Now they send it to the zone where Beckett was waiting for it. She's skating out in the neutralized. Great pass over to Caroline. Caroline gets her way into the Kansas City zone. She gets pressured off the puck. Caroline looking to center. Nobody's there. Kansas City breaking out. Kansas City going to take a shot from the right wing circle. Pad saved by Stella. Now battle behind the net. Penny comes in, loses her glove. She quickly gets it back on. Now she comes up to the board, pushes the puck up towards the blue line. Lara finishes the job, gets it neutralized. Margot comes up, pushes the puck towards the net. It's hanging out in the slot. Now Kansas City able to clear to the near corner. Kansas City bringing up the far boards. Lara pressuring with Penny. That's Gwen at the blue line. Lara sends it in deep. Margot going to chase it down with another Kansas City player right next to the net. Kansas City taking it behind their own net now, up the near boards. Lennon picks up the puck. She skates into the slot. She backhands towards the net. Goalie swats it away. Comes up the blue line. Lennon skates back to keep it in. Penny skates forward, tries to push it deep. She loses her edge. It comes up, and Kansas City clears. It's going to come down. It's going to be icing. Looks like your forward line is going to be Ryan, Gabby, and Riley. Lane and Cora, your D line. Face-off comes over towards Gabby. She chases it down to the near board, sends a shot that goes behind the net. Now Wyatt tries to send it in. It's intercepted by Kansas City. They skate up out of the zone across center ice. Kansas City sends it back in deep. Lane pressuring in the corner. Centering pass intercepted and swatted out of there by Riley. That shot goes into Cora's body, and now Riot flips it up to Gabby. Gabby not able to control it. Now Riot picks up the loose puck. She's got one to beat. She makes the blue line. She sends one towards the net. Pad save. Kansas City clears it out, and now they're going to skate up out of the zone. Get around Cora. Lane still pressuring. She slows the play down, and now they try a centering pass. Nobody's there. Caroline on the ice now with the puck coming up through the right wing circle. Skates around one. She gets hooked. No call. They try to centering pass. Nobody's there. This is Beckett. She sends a puck up the boards to Bree. Bree not able to send it out, and Kansas City sends it back in deep where Caroline picks it up. Caroline behind the net. She loses her edge. Now that's Beckett. Skating with the puck up the far board. She brings it out of the zone. She keeps pushing through. Cross center ice now into the Kansas City zone. She skates around another. Now she's going to take a shot and score! Fantastic effort. And that's Beckett coast to coast for the goal. Lady Wild take a 1-0 lead here with 6:54 left in the first period. Ruby and Beckett out on D. Caroline, Bree, and Ellie out there for your forwards. Caroline pushes it into the Kansas City zone. Now Bree sends it in deep. Kansas City picks it up, skates behind their own net. Up at the far boards, they try to break out. Lady Wild not able to keep it in. Caroline, she skates with it in Kansas City zone. She brings it out into neutral ice. Around one, she's got a 2-on-2 with Bree. She's got it taken off her stick, but she picks it back up. Centers to Bree. Bree not able to hook that one in. Bree over to the corner. She centers over to Caroline. Great pass. Kansas City's there, though, and they're able to knock it back behind the net. Caroline tries to center to Bree now. It gets deflected down the net. Bree, great centering pass to Caroline. Really good block there by the goalie right off her mask. Kansas City, though, picks up the loose puck, comes in center in the neutral ice. Ruby picks up the loose puck, sends it into neutral ice. Kansas City resets. That's offsides. Yeah. All right, Margot's going to take the face off with Penny and Finley. Gwen and Lennon, your D pair. Gwen tries to set it up out of the zone. Kansas City's there to hold it in, but now we've got Lennon with the puck. She's skating it into Kansas City zone. She gets it in deep, and she retreats back to let Margot come up forward. Margot tries to pressure the puck there, but Kansas City gets around her. Gwen and Lennon getting back. Kansas City with a shot. That goes off Stella's stick. Penny now picks it up. She's looking to go up the boards. It's stopped there by Kansas City. Now Lennon again picks up the puck, and she's going to skate it out of the zone through center ice. Kansas City looking to push her into the boards, and they're able to get her off the puck, but not before Lennon gets it deep. Penny pressuring behind the net. Kansas City picking up with speed through the right wing circle and now out of the zone. Lennon, Glenn retreating again. Lennon makes a diving effort to get it off the stick. Kansas City gets behind our D. They take a shot. It goes wide, and Margot picks it up, skates up the far board. She sends a puck across center ice and to Kansas City's blue line. Kansas City stops it there. They try to skate through center neutral ice. They get the puck now in the Lady Wild zone. Cora sends it out, and Kansas City sends it back in offsides. is Riot, Gabby, and Laura. And then Cora and Lane, your D pair. Laura picks the loose puck. She moves it. Now it's Riot coming forward. She tries to get a shot. It's deflected just wide. Excuse me. Loose puck comes up to Cora. She's going to load and take a shot. It gets deflected wide. Kansas City sends up to boards. That's Cora. She sends another one for the blue line. That goes wide over to Laura. Now Gabby comes back, takes a shot into the goalie's pads. Yep. Laura just hanging out by the goalie. I don't think she even touches her. And then Kansas City takes offense and comes and takes out Laura. I think Kansas City is going to get Lady Law going to go on the power play. 55 for Kansas City with the roughing. All right, Lady Wild on the power play have Caroline, Riley, Collins, and then Cora and Lane, your D pair. Oh, they're going to send Laura too. All right, so no power play. It's 5-on-5. Not sure why Laura's going in. She was, I think, just standing there. Okay, dropping the puck, 5-on-5 here. All right, Caroline picks up loose puck in the left wing circle. She sends one in. It gets deflected and ends up behind the net where Caroline picks up the puck. In the far corner, she's going to come up to Cora at the blue line. Cora going to one-time it. Gets deflected behind the net. Now Caroline picks it up, coming to wrap around. She loses the puck. Comes at the blue line. Collins just not quite able to get there, but Lady Walk come out quickly and they reset. Collins dribbling around. She's coming over. Oh, great pass over to Lane. Lane not able to control it, though, and it goes to the corner. Lane battling hard. She's going to try to center. That comes around. Battle in front of the net. Loose puck comes out. Now Kansas City breaking out. Good job by Lady Law to converge and slow that down. Cora backhands it back. But Kansas City now sends it deep, and it's going to be icing. All right, a little bit of confusion, but no penalty time is on the clock right now, but both girls still in the box. Must have been, not sure, 5 minutes for both. Anyway, Kansas City now brings it in Lady Wild zone. We've got Penny, Ellie, Margot with Ruby, and Beckett on D. That puck gets through, but Beckett backhands it back to the near boards. Kansas City passes it forward. Penny intercepts that. Kansas City, though, picks up the loose puck, sends it in. Now that's Ruby picking up the puck. She's going to skate it out. She goes around one. Ruby chips it up the boards. Now she clears and gets it all the way down. This is going to be icing. Defense doing a good job pushing the puck, trying to clear the zone out. We need to get some more rushes, I think, with our forwards involved. But overall, Lady Wild more or less controlling the game. Very little defensive zone time here. refs being pretty lenient there, giving them plenty of time to get their fifth player on the ice. I would have dropped the puck. But then again, I am a Lady Wild fan. Here goes Lennon rather with the puck, sends it up out of the zone. Kansas City around mid-ice tries to backhand it back, but Lennon picks it right back up, and she's skating at the boards with the puck and brings it into Kansas City zone. Kansas City steals it away. Now they're going to go behind their own net. They sling it up the boards to their player waiting there. Gwen comes up to pinch. Puck comes to the high slot where Gabby picks it up. Comes to the boards. Gabby tries center. Now she's connected with Riot. Riot sends a bullet towards the net, and that's a stick save and cover by the goalie. Right at 1 minute here left in this first period. Caroline, Bree, Riley out there with Lennon and Gwen. Puck gets sent around, and that's Gwen sends it back deep. Caroline and Riley over there. Now Kansas City reverses, bring it up to the near boards. They lose the puck on their way out, but they're able to get it clear. Now Lennon picks it up. She's trying to push forward. She gets by two Kansas City players. She just has one in the goalie. Three Lady Wild behind her. Great move. Backhand shot covered up by the goalie. I think the Lady Wild are quick shift in her forward lines, trying to tire down Kansas City a little bit. That puck came up to Gwen. Gwen puts a soft little touch on it. Now it's intercepted by Kansas City. Margot races back to pick up the puck. She sends it back in to no one, and Kansas City sends one towards the net, but it goes wide. Ellie in front of her own net. She sends it up to Penny. It comes out in neutral ice. 6 seconds left. Kansas City sends it back in, but I think that was Ellie that sent it right back out again. That's going to end the first period. The Lady Wild up 1-0. All right, goalie switch ends, and now Lady Wild going to operate right to left. We've got Riot, Finley, and Gabby, your forward lines. Cora and Laney out on D. Finley sends the puck in deep. Kansas City picks it up behind their own net. Lane comes up to stop that puck. It's over to Riot. She collects, tries to shoot, but she misfires. Now the Kansas City picks it up with some speed. That's Riot, pressures her off the puck and back to Lane. Lane skating with the puck at the far boards. She tries to get around another player, but she loses the puck, but Riot's right there to pick it up. She skates out of the zone and now across center ice. Riot continues to push forward. He gets it into the Kansas City zone. At the left wing circle, takes a shot. Stick saved and covered by the goalie. New lines coming with Caroline, Bree, and Collins, Ruby, and Beckett out on D. Watch out for this forward line. We got a lot of speed out there. And let's see if Lady Wild can do any damage here in this offensive zone face-off. Collins picks up the puck here in the neutral zone. She's dancing around. Now bring it into the zone. She's at the left wing circle. She's changing direction now. Looking at center. There's 3 Kansas City players. Kansas City just clogging up the zone there. Ruby comes up. She keeps it in. Now she takes a shot from the boards, and that's a stick saved by the goalie. They swat it behind the net. Now it goes up to the opposite side where Beckett's waiting for it. Beckett skates forward a few strides and then shoots the puck up. Bree's got it now in the far corner. Kansas City tries clearing it out again, but Collins is there. Collins picks up the loose puck, sends it deep. It's going to come around the near corner. Kansas City now sends it up. They get around Ruby, but Collins is there to pick it up. Collins presses her way through, gets the puck into the Kansas City zone. Kansas City whiffs on that, but then they're able to get up to the blue line. They get around, and it gets past Ruby. Ruby chases it down now and deep in the Lady Wild zone. She's got it behind her own net. She's looking to skate. She sends it up the boards. Now that's Bree with a puck. Puck comes to the near boards. Beckett sends it up, but Kansas City skates in fast off the bench, and they intercept, send it back deep. Ruby sends it back up the boards. That's going to come out where Margot is waiting for it. She's got one to beat. She gets around that one. She takes a shot and in! Great play there by Margot. She skates around one, and she just puts it right over that goalie's head to get Lady Wild a 2-goal advantage. Margot, Laura, Penny, your forward line with Lennon and Gwen back on defense. Margot comes up. She sends the puck deep into the Kansas City zone. Kansas City in the far corner picks up the puck. Kansas City picking up some speed, bringing in the Lady Wild zone. Gwen and Lennon getting back. Kansas City shoots it from the far side, and it goes wide and high. Puck squirts deep down in Kansas City zone. There's a foot race to it. Laura's there with Penny. Kansas City, though, gets there first. They send it up the boards, where Margot chases it down. Now she sends it back in deep. Kansas City picks it up behind their own net, skates it forward at the far boards, now in the neutral ice. Get across the blue line now and into the Lady Wild zone. Great job by Riot to get it off the stick. Then Lennon sends out the boards to Penny. Penny not able to collect, and Kansas City pushes it deep in the Lady Wild zone. Gwen sends it to the corner, clearing the slot. Now it comes back in again to the slot where Riot's pushing it up and out with Penny. Lennon sends it to the near boards where Laura picks it up, and she sends it out in neutral ice. That's Penny with her trying to progress the puck forward. Kansas City just gets it into the Lady Wild zone before it's sent back out by Gwen. This time Lennon tries to bring the puck out. Kansas City meets her with some resistance and sends the puck deep in the Lady Wild zone again, where Gwen picks it up right at the red line. Great pass up to Riot, but Riot runs into a Kansas City player. She tries to skate it out, and Kansas City gets it back in deep. Lennon with the puck in the near corner, trying to send it up the boards. It's stopped there. Great job by Penny to come in and get the puck before it gets in front of the net. Now Lennon's got it with some space, and she's going to skate it out of the zone. It's a 4-on-2 rush here with Lady Loudest. Lennon brings it in, she loses the puck. Kansas City picks it up, skates it all the way back behind their own zone. Now they're going to fire it up the boards. Gwen not able to hold it in. Puck comes all the way down to Lady Wild zone. Lennon gets there first, sends it out to the far boards. Now Lennon sends it up out of the quite out of zone. This time Riot's going to pick it up. She would have had some space, but puck gets gobbled up. This is going to be a Kansas City penalty here. Lady Wild will go on the power play.
You keep saying, you know.
No, what is going on? Lady Wild had one in, so it's Kansas City on the power play. Sorry about that. Can't see who that is over there. But to kill the penalty is going to be Caroline, Ruby, Lane, and Collins. Collins picks up the puck, gets her on her own net now, brings it up out of the zone. She's got Caroline with her. Collins with some speed, bringing it into the Kansas City zone. Collins loses the puck as she comes into the zone. She's going to send it up to Lane. Lane's going to send it over to Ruby. Ruby's going to send it up to Caroline. Really good puck movement. Caroline sends that in. Goalie makes a save. Now Collins up to Ruby. Ruby going to load and fire off a skate. Now Collins trying to battle for the puck. Ruby comes to pinch up. Kansas City now coming into the zone. Everybody's skating back with a lot of effort to slow that down. And this is Caroline with the puck. She sends it over to Lane. Lane skates through center ice. She gets it up to Collins. Just misses. Right idea, though. They're going to call icing. That was a tough call, icing penalty there as Collins was right on it, but they're going to bring it down to the Lady Wild zone for a D-zone face-off. 32 seconds left in this penalty kill. All right, still we got Riot and Margot now with Ruby and Lane killing the rest of this penalty. Margot sends the puck to the far boards. Kansas City tries the center. That's offsides! That was the most obvious offsides I've ever seen, and they missed it. But now they're calling a trip. I don't know who they're getting. I have no idea what's going on there. They called a trip. I don't know who they're calling it on. All right, so we have 4-on-4 now as Kansas City is going to the box for a trip. A lot of confusion and silence across the arena here as people are trying to figure out what that call is. I missed it. There's probably something. Anyway, we'll have 4-on-4 for 18 seconds, and Lady Wild have a minute and 12 with a one-man advantage. We've got the same line out here with Riot and Margot, Ruby, and Lane. Margot with the puck, going to try to center to Riot. Riot up to Ruby. Ruby now. Oh, that shot goes off the shinny. Lady Wild do a great job getting reset. Margot brings it in. That puck slowly is going to trickle in, and Kansas City covers it up. Lady Wild now on the power play. So that was Lennon in the box. Or no. Yeah, Lennon was in the box. But she's out now. We're going to change up the line now. So we're 5-on-4 with Caroline, Finley, Gabby, Gwen and Lennon. Gives up to Gwen. Gwen, though, sends one in the skates to that Kansas City player. Great stick there by Lennon. She slows that down, and Kansas City comes in off sides. If Lennon didn't get her stick on that, Kansas City probably would have come down for a shot, but great effort by Lennon and Gwen there to converge on that and stop that play. 4:52 left in the second period. Lady Law have a minute one and penalty or power play yet. Same line: Caroline, Finley, Gabby, Lennon, and Gwen. Caroline bring it into the Kansas City zone. She's pressured into the to the boards here. Kansas City trying to break out. Lennon gathers the puck. Hangs out on the blue line for a minute, and that was offsides. I don't think we were quite ready for that face-off as the puck goes over and goes right by our right wing. Now Gwen's going to have some space to skate with this puck, and she skates it through neutral ice into the Kansas City zone. She tries to center, but it's intercepted by Kansas City, and they're coming out with some speed through center ice. Gwen and Len coming back, and Kansas City gets around both of them, but they get a shot stopped and covered up by Stella to stay perfect. Got Margot, Ellie, Bree, Ruby, and Beckett. Sorry, out there. Bree's coming through the line, coming across. She gets around a couple Kansas City players. She just slides one in the top corner. The Lady Law third goal. That was right as Kansas City comes back full strength. So no power play goal. Another 5-on-5 goal there for Lady Law. Margot, Bree, Ellie stay out with Ruby and Beckett. Kansas City sends one that goes right on net. Stella swats it away with her stick. Beckett starts skating with it. She loses it, but able to clear it out of the zone. Kansas City, though, sends it back in off sides. Lady Wild with the new forward line coming out. This is Riot, Gabby, and Finley. Ruby and Beckett stay out on D. Kansas City clears that out right to Ruby's stick. Ruby sends it forward to Finley. Finley sends it into the zone. Finley tries to center to Gabby. Gabby not able to get a good shot. Now Finley's centering pass gets deflected behind the net. Finley tries to center, but it's deflected to the corner. Puck comes up to Ruby at the blue line. She sends one in. Gets deflected to Gabby. Gabby skating forward with it, tries to send it deep, but Kansas City's there. Kansas City sends that one up to the blue line. Beckett sends it back in. It comes into the slot, but Kansas City sends it behind their own net. Gabby and Riot right in the right wing circle. Riot picks up the puck and she sends one just wide. Great job by Finley to come up, slow that down, and she sends it back in deep. Lady Wild doing a really good job controlling zone time. Comes up to Riot. Riot tries to backhand it towards the net. Finley comes to pick it up behind. She tries to center, but it's intercepted. Now Kansas City with the pucks sends up the boards. Riot trying to keep it in, but Kansas City picks up speeds and brings it into the Lady Wild zone, but they're caught offsides. This is Caroline, Laura, and Penny with Cora and Lane back on defense. Laura sends the puck across center ice. Kansas City picks up the puck, brings it into Lady Wild zone. Up the boards, they send it from the boards, and that's gloved up by Stella. Cora picks up the puck, brings it through the center ice, and sends it deep down into the Kansas City zone. Cora still pushing. Kansas City tries to get it up, but Cora keeps it deep. Kansas City skating out of the zone. Great stick there by Laura to slow it down, and I think that was Caroline that sends it back into the Kansas City zone. Kansas City, though, brings it right back out again. Caroline finds herself with the puck and now comes in the zone. All right, that was kind of funny. Caroline gets tripped, and the ref right on it starts raising his hand. I think this might be his first game. Young kid here, so we're going to give him a little bit of a break. He starts raising his hand, then acts like he's brushing his hair back. But Kansas City will go to the box, and Lady Wild will go to the power play. So Lady Wild with a power play with 40 seconds in the period. On the power play, Lennon and Glenn, your D line with Margot, Bree, and Riley. Glenn catches the red line and then sends it into the zone. Kansas City's able to clear again. They get it into the Lady Wild zone now. They take a shot. It goes wide. Glenn sends it up the boards. Kansas City keeps it in. They send one from the blue line. It's deflected a couple times, but it's easily wrangled in there by Stella. That'll end the second period. Lady Wild up 3-0. Both teams out there dancing the cha-cha slide as their coach is trying to give a little bit of instruction. But Lady Wild are going to start this third period with a 3-0 lead. Riot, Ellie, and Gabby forward line, Ruby and Beckett back on defense. Lady Wild have 50 seconds of a power play here, starting the third period. Kansas City, Speeds brings it into the zone. Beckett going to go to the box for a cross check or something. I didn't see it. I was too busy watching my kid on the ice. But Beckett go penalty box. Let's see if I can catch. All right, we're going to. Refs are conferring. They're bringing the teams to center ice for this face-off. It'll be 4-on-4 for 29 seconds, and then Kansas City will have just over a minute of power play. All right, they are taking them down with a D-zone face-off. It'll be Ruby and Cora, Finley, and Caroline on the 4-on-4. Now, Collins going into the box. Benchminer, maybe? I have no idea. Collins went to the box. She wasn't on the ice, so it almost had to be a benchminer. Kansas City sends it to the near boards in the neutral zone. Rui picks it up. She's dancing around. She tries to send it in, but it goes off a couple of shimmies. Kansas City now on the power play. Oh, great pass. Caroline with a great centering pass over to Finley. Finley gets a shot, but it gets deflected wide. Now Kansas City clears the zone. Cora, no icing, so Cora picks up the puck. She chips it up the boards into neutral ice. Kansas City there at center ice picks it up. Now bring it into Lady Wild zone. They take a shot. It's gloved by Stella, and the puck's still on the ice. Now Caroline picking it up, coming in the neutral zone. She's picking up speed coming into Kansas City zone. She's got two on her. No Lady Wilder with her. Caroline just killing this penalty all by herself. Now it's going to come up to Ruby. Ruby going to take a shot. Doesn't get a lot on it, and it's covered up by the goalie. Just 2 seconds left here in this penalty kill. Oh, Ruby is going to pass it out to. Oh, shit. I see. Okay. So Beckett ended up with it must be a match 10-2. So Beckett's still in the box. Collins is on the ice now. So Lady Wild back to full strength. And Beckett stays in the box. All right, Cora's got the puck. She sends out to Finley, waiting for it at the blue line. Finley skating with it across center ice, has it off her stick. Finley comes back up, and she passes up to Collins. Collins brings it into the zone now. Collins sends one. Caroline's there to try to pick it up, but she sends one in. That's stopped by the goalie. Reeves pushing forward. She tries to get a shot, but it gets deflected behind the net. Just hanging out there. Bree comes around, wrap around. Oh, that gets in. It goes right through the 5-hole. It's right behind her, guys. It gets right through the 5-hole on that backhand from Bree. So Bree has her second goal of the game on a backhand through the 5-hole. That goalie tried to sit on it, but it kept going through and ended up getting in for the 4th goal for Lady Wild. All right. Riot, Penny, Ellie, Lennon, and Gwen on defense. Puck comes deep in Lady Wild zone. Lennon sends it up the boards. It comes out of the zone. Kansas City chasing it down. They bring it into their own zone, but trying to skate it out. Riot there trying to pressure. It comes out of the zone. Both Riot and Penny lose their edges. We've got a 2v2 with Gwen and Kansas City brings it in offsides. Line change. We've got Caroline, Gabby, and Ellie. Lane and Cora on defense. Gabby clears the zone. She sends it over to Finley. That's Finley out there, not Ellie. Finley brings it deep, and now Caroline takes the puck, and she's skating around the net, looking to center. She reverses, tries to center, but it's intercepted, and now Kansas City picking up some speed out of the zone. Cora deflects that away. Now she clears the zone. Comes into the Kansas City zone. Kansas City's looking tired with that short bench. Lady Wild, though, not looking like they have a lot more energy. Cora, rather, sends that around the boards to Finley. Finley up to Caroline. Caroline brings it into the zone. She loses the puck over to Finley. Finley's trying to center over to Lane, but Kansas City intercepts. Cora sends it hard to the near corner. Lane and Caroline converge. Caroline comes out, skates up the boards. Gabby trying to get it centered, goes off some skates, and now Caroline just skates forward with it. She sends it right into the chest of the goalie. It comes out where Kansas City picks it up and skates it through neutral ice, picking up a lot of speed coming back. Good stick there by Cora, slow down that play. Great defense by Gabby to prevent a really prevent any kind of good look there. Puck comes up to the near boards where Lane picks it up. Lane across center ice now into the Kansas City zone. She loses the puck and Kansas City sends it out. Caroline's there. Puck comes into Kansas City zone. Finley tries to push forward and now Kansas City bring it out. They send it all the way deep down into the Lady Wild zone. Bryson. Just under 6 minutes to play here. Lady Wild up 4-0 on Kansas City. This is Ruby and Margot playing defense with Laura, Penny, and Riley. Great effort by Lady Wild here, trying to keep it in the zone. Laura sends one towards the net, but it gets deflected wide. Kansas City sends it up to the boards. Ruby backhands it, doesn't get very far. Penny and Ruby here in the board battle. Puck comes out. Kansas City picks it up now. They send it up the boards into the Lady Wild zone. Great effort there by everybody to try to prevent that. They get a weak shot towards Stella and she just covers it up. Riot brings the puck out of the zone. Kansas City now bringing it back in. Now Gwen and Lennon in on D. It's Riot, Gabby, and Ellie, your forward line. Gabby's able to get it up out of the zone. Kansas City resetting around center ice. Now they send it into the zone. It's going to slowly go back where Gwen picks it up. She backhands it over to Lennon. Lennon up to Ellie. Ellie lets it go by her and it goes into center into the neutral zone. Kansas City brings it into the zone. They lose it, then take a shot, and it gets deflected over the net. Riot gets tripped up a little bit. There's no penalty there. Kansas City sends it deep. Gwen rather sends it up to the blue line where Kansas City tries to push it in. Great job by Gabby there to slow it down and send it into neutral ice. Kansas City brings it back in. Trying to dance around. Our girls really doing a good job staying in front of her. Not able to get any kind of momentum forward there. Here comes Gabby up the boards. She loses her edge. Kansas City gets a shot off. It just slowly goes in, and Stella gets it covered up. Lady Wild send it in the Kansas City zone. Laura giving chase. We got Laura, Riley, Finley, Cora, and Lane on D. Got a 2-on-1. Lane back on D. Kansas City doesn't get anything on their shot. It goes behind the net. Oh, Lane trying to clear and doesn't get good wood on it. It just ends up in the back of the net. Cora sends it up and out of the zone. Kansas City sending a soft one. Cora intercepts it. She's going to skate forward with it. She skates through center ice. She loses her edge there. Slowly gets up, gets out back on sides. Laura waits for her, and she sends it in now. Puck comes up to Lane. They get around Lane and send it into neutral ice. Riot off the bench, tries to chip it forward. .140 left in the period. Riot charges forward. She sends one. It goes just wide. Riot comes around, tries to center to Riley. Riot tries to center again. This goes off the net. Now Kansas City picking up some speed with the puck. Ruby and Lane trying to get back. Lane gets called for the trip. Everybody. Kansas City fans just can't believe there's tripping in hockey. She got called for it. All right, so we'll be on a penalty kill for the rest of this game. Unless they get one in, then it'll go back to full strength. Trying to get on the scoreboard here. All right, killing the penalty. It's Penny, Ellie, Ruby, Hackett. So no centers out there. Nobody knowing what to do. So Lane's in the box for tripping. Oh boy, another tripping penalty. So Lady ought to be 2 down here. That's Ellie going to the box. So we'll have Collins, Ruby, Beckett on the 5-on-3. All right, Ruby picks up the puck behind her own net. She's going to skate with it. She passes it up to Collins. Collins not able to pick it up, and Kansas City now brings it into the zone. They get her around Beckett and take a shot. It goes wide. Ruby picks it up. Tries to pass up to Collins. Collins with some speed. She's got 2 to beat. She gets around 1. She's dancing around a little bit. She's going to come up and get a shot. Oh, just not able to get anything on it, but that's going to be a tripping call. So it'll be a 4-on-3 now. Penny taking the face off with Ruby and Beckett. Ruby sends it deep. Now comes it to Beckett. Beckett to Penny. Penny surveying. She sends a shot towards the net. Goalie makes a save there. 14 seconds left. Ruby and Beckett getting back. Ruby loses her edge, so she's got to race forward. Good job by Beckett. She gets the puck off the stick there. 4. You're going to get a shot, but Beckett's there. That's going to end the game. Lady Wild win the championship. Kansas City Storm. 3 with 2 goals. Beckett with 1. I don't know why. I can't remember who had the 4th. But anyway, good all-around effort by Lady Wild. Good job by Stella. She gets a shutout here in the championship game. Fun weekend, fun year. Thanks everybody for following along. Appreciate everybody. Look forward to next year. We'll see what next year brings and what girls end up together. So good luck everybody over the summer and other sports.